And all the horny bits in between. Don't be wise scrutinized.
This man was driving me, I was driving.
My worst was my shortest. It was in Parliament. Like I've actually had 6 in Parliament.
If I were to visit you, would you actually just let your parent
watch?
So curious, watch. He's like, yeah, his parent has seen some stuff.
I have actually collared someone as a dom. I've collared someone before we even started dating. You're giving that control, you're putting yourself in that position where someone has control over you and you are trusting that person to be safe with you, you know.
Welcome to Let's Talk Daddy, and I'm your daddy's girl, Tavia.
I'm Ash, the girl with daddy issues.
Together we share real,
raw,
and sometimes relatable or unrelatable topics. It's up to you. Today we are diving into, I think, a very exciting, naughty topic. Let's talk about sex, baby. Oh, let's not get copyrighted, but we're talking about sex. Let's talk about it.
The fluorescent lights of the supermarket hummed overhead, casting a sterile glow on the scene. 2 women, worlds apart in age and experience, were engaged in an unexpected conversation in the shop's queue.
The peace and quiet. My husband's away for the weekend and the kids are gone too, so I invited him over.
I'm glad I locked the room before I left on Friday.
Sis, you fuck. Ruined my plans for a shower session.
No regrets.
Next lesson, please.
Speaking of, I was so worried when he almost came in me, but then again, I can't always take the pill.
You don't use condoms?
No. Why must I?
But what about STIs? Isn't he seeing other people as well?
Next customer, please.
I mean, yeah, but he's clean.
Oh, so he shared his results with you then?
Results? What results?
But you said he's clean.
Yeah, I mean, he washes every day.
Next customer, please.
Ash shakes her head, a mixture of disbelief and concern washing over her face. The married woman, oblivious, continued to chat, seemingly unaware of the gravity of the situation.
Talking about sex. Let's talk about it.
You heard it right. We're talking about sex and kinks, condoms, and all the horny bits in between.
And of course we know all the daddies are listening, or daddy is listening, and if there are family members listening, please don't. Cringe.
Oh, please do. Just pause.
Imagine my daddy actually driving to work and he just hears
But then you do it again.
and will jump into traffic. He'll be like, ma'am, are you telling me your dad just walks straight into traffic? We all know that South Africans love talking about sex, and I think one of the things is that we talk about safe sex, but is it actually practiced?
There's so many adverts about safe sex. You remember that one ad? It was so in a cartoonish format, and then it's about this one is sleeping with that China or something like that.
Wasn't there that, remember?
What is it? Don't be wise, scrutinize. There we go. Be wise, scrutinize.
That scared the hell out of me. Whoever has that should actually still.
I like the format of it. It was unique. It was cool.
I think what's something that's also that we forgot about was remember when Jacob Zuma was talking about taking a lifebuoy shower?
Oh, for AIDS, right? To wash away the AIDS.
It's so weird because it's something so serious and it's like we make jokes about sex and it's fine, but it's like
that was the leader of the country that
our president's talking about how he just took a lifebuoy shower.
Yeah, it's concerning.
While having unprotected sex with someone that has HIV and AIDS.
Maybe Lifebuoy paid him to
That's not for promotion. That's not a paid promotion I would want to.
Actually,
all marketing is good marketing. I get all exposure is.
Well, but did people buy a lot of Lifebuoy after that? I know we did. I know we went through.
People probably bought a lot of condoms just out of fear because if that's our president's mentality.
And speaking of condoms, also the other thing is we have access to what are the
dispensers.
What are the normal condoms the government issues? Yeah, there we go. Because you'll have it in libraries. You'll have it.
What library has condoms?
Yes, there would be a little box against the wall.
What library did you go to?
But our library had a little condom dispenser. It would be in
the bathroom.
I don't think it was in the bathroom. Because the point is also
our university. CPUT had one in the Cape Town campus. I remember we had that I remember.
Yeah, and they'll have it like in
maybe because the last time I was at the library I was a kid and I was a virgin throughout high school, so I wasn't looking.
When did you lose your virginity?
After high school.
Late bloom.
Hey, I'm a full on. No, but the way the girls were falling pregnant in my high school, it was like a thing that. It was like a running joke, like, oh my god, she ate self-rising flour again. It was like a thing.
That's hilarious,
but
actually.
That's what put the fear of God in me. It's like, it's a hard urge to control when your hormones is like, you want to do it, but it's still like,
so
I'm thankful that I do. I also just wanted to get the hell out of high school.
Now, with you saying that there were a lot of people around you.
A lot of the girls were falling pregnant.
Were any of your friends?
One of the girls. 2, 3. Oh, wait, I just only hit once. They weren't really my
acquaintances. Let's say acquaintances.
They were in a sense, but then we all kind of split when we were 16, but we were still in the same grade. And then we also separated classes.
Okay.
And I think they all felt pregnant at different stages. One was 17, one was 17 turning 18, one was 16, 17, so it was right about there. So those are the 3 that I can remember. Then there were also guys that got their girlfriends pregnant in the class as well. But yeah, I was a virgin during high school. I wasn't looking out for condoms. But, I mean, they would talk about it in class.
Yes.
But
life orientation.
My life orientation. I don't even know if he's still alive. But a life orientation. So he was in his 70s already. This was more than 10 years.
That's so old to be a teacher. Wait, what is the retirement age? Isn't it 65?
I think he was 60s, 70s. He was not in his 50s. He was old. He was an amazing teacher, right? But he shouldn't have been our life orientation teacher because there were days where he wasn't even there. We were chilling on the field. Or like, we barely even did. I don't know how I passed life orientation.
But it's not exactly a difficult subject.
Well, when we were doing it, now apparently it's like, from what I've seen, which is where it's supposed to be.
Yes.
I think they do like your bank accounts.
That's good, actually.
We're talking about public school teaching.
Fair.
It's completely different. So
fair. For me, I think I only had one friend. Yeah, there was only one friend in high school that fell pregnant.
What was in our school, the girls.
I don't know. There was one friend, and 2 classmates. The one classmate was obvious. The second classmate, and bear in mind, our class was only 19 people. Like our class. Yes, we were the smallest class for.
And you know, public school classrooms is.
Exactly.
It's like a government clinic.
But to be fair, it's because we were the visual arts class and not a lot of kids took visual arts.
That's weird. I think a lot of children in my high school probably want to take visual arts rather than physics or something.
But yeah, with the one girl that was pregnant, no one knew until she was like in the 3rd trimester. until she was, because she hid it so well. But no, the thing was she hid it well, and also people didn't pay a lot of attention to her because so she always wore her school jacket, but we had that, you know, the tracksuit material, that waterproof material. So she always wore that jacket. And then also she was in visual arts, so we had those
behind the canvas. You behind the canvas.
Not the canvas, but the big notebook. And it was massive. I don't know what size, but it was big.
A3. It was probably A3. A3 is big.
I think it was bigger than A3, man.
A2 then.
I think it was A2.
Because remember
A3 is most double A4, most, ne?
Yes, and then it gets bigger.
Yes.
And A2 is bigger than A1. It's like,
I think it was A2 or A1. So, and she had that in a bag. So she always carried that, and it hid.
She was pregnant.
She refused. I admire that, because she refused to let the pregnancy stop her from getting her education.
I don't see it like that. I feel like, why, if you're hiding it, then you're shameful, but you want to do sex.
I think she was ashamed because she was Congolese. So maybe there was, I think it's a cultural thing, you know, where she was.
But there was a girl, and you from primary school up, and our names are very similar. But I knew her we went to the same primary school, high school. She was hiding it, but it was very obvious because we also had our own jackets in our last year.
Yes.
You could see that she was full. I was like, it is 32 degrees. You're sitting in a hall writing your final exams. There's no aircon, and you're sitting with a puffer. On. It was a basketball. It was a Leatherman jacket.
Okay.
And we all there sweating while we're writing our.
Okay, that's obvious.
Our exams, you know, and I think that's actually so insane. What I love about our generation is that we're more open to taking like safe sex or HIV, or at least from what I see, because I have family members that are slightly younger than me, and they're men, and they actually go for like HIV tests. But I think there are some people, maybe it's also a cultural thing, that won't go and do an HIV.
Yeah,
especially men.
Yeah, I know people have this thing where they did it once and you never have to do it again, because it's like I know that I don't have, so I don't have to do it. Whereas you should do it with every partner.
Yes,
actually.
I also, even though if I haven't been sexually active for a long time, even if I do use protection, I still go and do it because you can get HIV outside of sex. That's what people also forget. People forget that. Like, I went twice this year, and it's halfway through the year, more than halfway through the year. Not that I was, I need to go, but I usually do my doctor's checkups, some like my health checkups in the beginning of the year. And then the work had a wellness day, so then I was like, it's free.
Oh yeah, they do those tests there. Yeah.
Let's just do it. So if it's we make it accessible in South Africa, so why is there such a high
stigma?
It's such a weird stigma.
I think it's maybe because sex in general, parents are afraid to have that conversation with kids, because it's like, if you're talking about sex with your kid, then it's almost like if you say it, it becomes real. So if you have the conversation with your kid, they are now going to think, oh, so sex is a thing I can have, you know. I think maybe that is it. I'm probably also talking out of my ass.
I'm thinking more, not the kids part. It's not the kids that I'm thinking.
Are you talking about adults?
I'm talking about adults that don't go and get HIV testing. I'm not saying...
And you get the home kits also. That's the other thing.
And people also need to realize you get HIV outside of sex. Chefs will go and do it because they deal with cutlery a lot. Laborers should do it because they deal with like welders, carpenters. They deal with tools like...
You can easily cut yourself.
And then you come home to your family.
Yeah.
People don't think about that. It's such a...
Not even just that, but not just HIV, but practicing safe sex as well. I noticed that some people are ignorant isn't the right word, but maybe for lack of a better word, I'm going to say it. Some people are still ignorant when it comes to safe sex. Like I had a family member that thought that if you just wash.
So Jacob Zuma.
Yes,
so
that Jacob Zuma logic where you can just wash it away. If someone is physically clean, they are going to be free of they won't get any STIs.
I know you guys like round about the same age.
She's older than me. She's older than me.
So you have to just blame the person. I don't think it's an educational, because there is information out there. There's also phones, people can Google.
That's the thing, information's at your fingertips now.
I know of someone that told me a story that knew of someone.
Okay.
So
he said, she said type of thing.
Basically, he was telling me he knew this nurse. She had just graduated from one of the universities. Then she went to rural parts of the Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was originally from there. I don't exactly know. But the location is rural parts of the Eastern Cape. Where there's like one clinic in the middle of nowhere and everyone goes there. And she was telling him this old grandmother, like in her 70s or like 60s or whatever.
Was she pregnant?
What?
Was she pregnant?
What? Where are you going? Finish the story.
Okay, sorry.
How did she be pregnant?
This one like that.
What happened to this? I tell you, mine was
Yeah, things happen. But anyway.
So she came to the clinic and they were doing tests with her and everything, and then the nurse or the doctor, I don't know, told her that she was HIV positive.
Yeah.
And she said, no, I know I'm HIV positive. I was just checking this year, maybe it's gone. But she's on medication. So the mentality is like, it's almost like it's a flu, like it's going to go away.
Okay.
And that scared me so much because the 70-year-old grandmother is thinking that it's going to go away.
Yeah.
Like the flu. And the doctor had to tell her again, like, you need to take the medication.
Regularly.
And it was so heartbreaking for the nurse, like, so it's also, there are parts of this country where people aren't fully aware. They don't have access to the full education. And that's also one of the things, because we can only think from our perspective. You know, what we're being taught, having access to everything. What about those who actually lack? So maybe that's where you get people that have this idea of you just wash and it goes away. It's a flu, it goes away.
It's a fail sickness. That's the thing.
I've never heard of that word.
I've heard it. I've heard it. People think it's...
What's fail?
Fail. Dirty.
What? No.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just...
I know what fail means.
Yeah, but some people view it like that. People think you get it because you are like unclean, essentially. Where it's not, that's not necessarily, that isn't what it is. It's not because of lack of hygiene, you know. But I know sometimes people are also afraid to admit it, especially if you are HIV positive or you have AIDS. It does take a lot of pride to admit that you have it, and it can take even more pride to accept that you need medication for it, you know. Because I don't want to tell other people's story with this, but yeah, because if you need that medication, you need to go to the clinic for it, or
and
wherever you go.
It's a clinic in your neighborhood.
Yes.
That's gonna
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's also like, I don't know. I think, but people also don't understand. Like when I got my HIV test. The second one this year, the one that the company was doing like a wellness sample. Even the guy was like, you know, because while we were waiting for the results, he was like, you know, you don't, it's not a death, it's not like considered a life sentence.
It's not the end of
because the medication has progressed so much, you can't transfer it. So people actually don't know. You get to a point where you can have, I don't know, we're not doctors, but there's a point where you can have HIV and not transfer it. And I don't think people know this, because I remember working as a researcher for a production company, and then there was this, I was hearing a story amongst colleagues, one of the producers, and this one school, or someone's daughter's school, were up in arms about this rugby match because they don't want this child to play rugby, because, or should they allow kids with HIV to play rugby?
Oh, that's
Because
discriminatory.
It's a contact sport and stuff like that, and a lot of people were like, no. And then the other colleague is listening to this and like, but you do know that you can have HIV and not transfer it. And the person, I think it was their child, was like, no, but I still don't want them to be in contact.
But that's discriminatory.
Be in contact with him, because I think the kid got it through like breastfeeding, and I think I don't know how the kid probably got it. That is actually my assumption, but the kid don't have to transfer. He or she can't transfer it, type of thing. And that was the counter argument to this whole debacle at the school. And
that's not right, because now you're excluding that child from experiencing.
But that's the mentality. It's like,
and that's not even the kid's mentality. That's the parents' mentality. That's sad.
Up in arms about it.
Yeah.
About how they don't want this kid to play.
So what is it? Do they want there to be only an HIV team and a non-HIV team? Is that what they want? That's stupid, because now you also educating your child to have that stigma where they should be fearful towards people that have HIV and AIDS. It's no, man, you can't do that.
Wow, it is so wild. But I think we really have come far in our country, because if you think about it, how the HIV pandemic started in the 80s and how the awareness started in the 80s and back then, compared to now, it's gotten to a point where you don't even have to transfer it. I think people are more comfortable. Look at us having this conversation.
Yeah.
And I just think there are some people where it's like, if I just wash, it's fine. I think people also forget, like, okay, you having unprotected sex with this person, but you assuming this person is only having sex with you.
Yeah.
And if you are already having unprotected sex, what's to say? So for if like a guy and I hook up and the guy's like, no, let's not use a condom. And I'll be like, okay, if I'm not using a condom with you, what makes you think I'm not using a condom
with someone else? Yes. And there's also that thing where it's too tight. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, did you hear about another thing? I'm allergic to latex or something.
I've never heard that before. I've heard people.
Not personally.
Yes.
Not personally, but I've heard it's like.
Exactly. But don't you get like non-latex condoms or something?
There's like a guy. There's like a guy that like he does like a parody of all of these excuses about like why. No, like I'm allergic to it. No, like I can't, like there's nothing in my size, like all the guys, he was like making a parody of like how guys will come up with all of these excuses, man.
You know what's also funny with that, if you as a guy can't wear the condom, you also get condoms for women.
I saw the condoms for women and I'm like,
yeah, it's I'll admit it's a bit weird for me because it's almost like you have a bag inside of your vagina.
Can they PR it better? It also looks very weird.
Weird.
Also, it's longer because
you're supposed to. I think you're
basically fingering yourself.
Yeah, you insert it like that.
But I think you know what it is. It's almost like that just puts women off completely. It's like I actually don't have sex right now because like now I inserted this whole condom down, just like.
Okay, speaking of condoms, ne?
Yeah. Do you want to see mine? I've got 3 in my bag right now.
I actually wanted to ask that. Has a guy ever reacted weirdly to you having condoms?
No, but
I'm actually
gotten
what condoms do you
have? I usually put 3 in each bag.
But
I have a lot of bags.
But I think wrong with being prepared.
I'm a single woman, so
Yes.
it's like it's weird. If I think I know your best friend that you really like, he was very
We're not best friends. Please,
I'm
you're gonna confuse people.
I'm gonna tease you every time I say that. He was very, gosh, oh my god, he's probably gonna listen to this. He was very,
The face you made.
he was actually very pro-4. He actually had his own.
Okay.
And
Like you're supposed to.
like you're supposed to. But he was the only person, not the only person, but he was the only person that was like,
Cool
very
with it.
proactive about it. And like, I got it, do you have? And like, when he didn't have, I had.
Okay.
And then I just told him to keep it till the next time. You might as well keep it. Also,
Yes.
if you're asking with other people, just please,
Yes.
you know. I know. Oh, that worst.
What was the
You
face
see
you
my
made?
face. No, I'm thinking of the worst rebound and the worst and only rebound I ever had. Remember that? That guy that took out the Bible.
You're making me wheezier like a damn kettle.
I hope he never finds this podcast.
If he does, hi.
Okay, okay. Since the third, I'll tell you the story.
Yeah, like, don't let me twist your arm.
Oh my gosh, she's got a gun to my head. Let me tell you the story. I always told myself I'm not gonna do a rebound. Also, I was only in one relationship, so a rebound is only considered like you hook up with someone after you break up.
Yes.
With someone. That's basically my understanding of it.
Yeah.
And
You get under someone to get over someone.
exactly that. And he and I had matched on like Bumble. We were talking and we got along very well, and it was great. And then he was like, oh, we can meet up. And then 10 minutes before I left the house to like meet up, he was like, oh no, like something came up, blah blah blah, blah. And I was so annoyed because I actually went to the shop.
You're wasting my time.
So I went to actually go and buy a condom. And I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. He doesn't message me for like a week, and I was already pissed, and I'm like, okay. And then
Coward.
but then he messages, you know how guys sometimes do, hey babe, like nothing, like nothing went wrong.
Don't do that.
And okay,
I'm not your babe.
I'm not your babe. And we were like, okay. He's like, oh, we can like do another hookup, whatever. And he was like, I'm actually staying at my brother's place. Oh, he's working there. There's something wrong with his internet.
Yes.
He's working at his brother's place. Can I meet him at his brother's place? I'm driving.
Where's the brother's place? Where is the brother's place?
My Kia Picanto is driving through Michelle's Plain to get laid.
Out of all no, but out of all places.
Oh, I'm like, I was really like, girl, what are you doing? Anyway, get there. And I walk in and he was watching like some Joe Rogan episode.
That would have really been a bit sus for him, like, okay.
And he made coffee, whatever. But he was very direct in the message.
Yes.
He was like, before we got there, he's like, we do know we're gonna have sex. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we are for. Like, I'm fine with that. Be direct, like that.
Yeah, but if you already know it,
No, but I think he just wanted to
clarify.
I prefer that because
Okay.
we're both on the same page if that's what you guys are both there to do.
Yeah.
I got to the place and we were like making out on the couch and he's like, oh, do you want to go to the room? And I'm like, this is your brother's place. I don't want to go like.
You don't want to fucking on his brother's
Also,
bed.
you want to sleep? Okay, but I don't know. Brothers are probably different. I don't know. And I was like, but I get it. You don't want some in because it is a brother's place. You don't
How
want
do you feel about having sex on someone else's bed? Like not their bed, someone else's bed. So neither of your bed. I guess with an Airbnb you don't think of it like that. But like
But in this case I didn't like. I was like, no.
It's a bit too close to home.
But then I also thought about it. I get why, because what if someone opens their front gate and walks to their front window and you're like, fucking on the
Close the curtains.
yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, and also don't you have net
I think he
curtains?
had the fear of his brother walking in and him not, because you're not listening out for sounds when you fucking.
Fair, but if you are afraid of your brother walking in, then did you have permission to be at your brother's place?
Oh.
Because if your brother knew that you were there, then you would know when he's Nah, that's sus, but okay.
No, if the whole flipping rebound, the whole rebound. Anyway, and be like, okay, let's just go to the room, and then I knew that his brother had a girlfriend.
Yes.
And had a child. So there's a couple with a child staying in his house, and then I said to him, bro, like, I didn't even say bro, but I'm wearing like perfume and the perfume
smell, yeah.
He's like, no, it's fine. He just really wanted to fuck. He was like, it's fine. And I'm like,
I wash the blankets, it's fine.
like, he's gonna wash your blankets. And he was like, no, she's like, so I said the girlfriend
might be suspicious.
And then the might get your brother in trouble.
Yes.
It was the worst sex of my life. I couldn't wait for this to be over. I was like, either you're a virgin. I'm sorry to say, but he didn't know what he was doing. But not only that, he was trying to convince me, because I was like, oh, I left my bag in the living room. Can you bring it? The condoms is in there. Because he was telling me, like, he was kissing my neck. He's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, I forgot to get condoms. And I've heard this so many times.
Oh, so you wanted...
And I was like, no, it's fine. I brought 2.
So you thought he was going to... You just in the moment, you're like, it's fine, just put it in without unprotected.
Yes. And he used both, and it was like...
Did he use both? Did you have sex with both? Or did you struggle putting them on, and that's why... Was it
no
40-year-old virgin?
Okay, sorry. We used both, but the first one, he said, oh, it fell off.
What? Wait, what? I'm sorry, but how did it fall off?
I was doggy style, so I couldn't fucking see how it fell off. That's what you just told me. Give me the listeners a vivid description.
I'm trying. The only image that I have of it falling off is if it was too skinny.
It is Durex regular. It was regular. It felt regular.
Okay, continue.
It wasn't even regular sex, but anyway. It's like this whole thing sounds long, but it was very quick. And then he was like trying to convince me, like, not to use a condom, and I was like, no, let's use the second one.
I don't like that.
And then we did not use one, I will be honest about it, briefly. And then he was like, okay, he's gonna put the second one. But before we did not, he did dry hump me for a very while. And I was like, why? We literally hadn't penetrated sex. And I don't know why you dry humping me. Get off me. I was like, what's the point of this? But anyway, I was so...
I think that's also a kink, dry humping. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think it's a kink.
Sure.
Like we
Okay, I will
rubbing
say I have
against.
dry hump before with my clothes on, but it was role playing. But I'll get into that.
Okay.
I'll get into that. You're telling everyone my business. And we said this episode was gonna be spicy though, and then where am I in the story?
The second time he did convince you to. Yes. So wait, y'all had penetrative sex,
Yes.
then you dry humped, then you had penetrative sex again. Is that what you're saying?
Then we had penetrative sex condom, penetrative sex briefly with eye condom, then we dry humped. Then he dry humped. Well, that's what I'm saying. The logic of this doesn't make sense. And
okay, you know what? I'm not gonna bash you for dry humping, but that would make more sense in the beginning, like part of the foreplay. Because aren't you still wearing your clothes and you grinding against each other?
Butt naked.
So you dry humped naked.
I wasn't. This man was driving me. I wasn't driving me.
No, okay. You were dry humped.
Yes.
And both of y'all were naked.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Oh no, I forgot. He did put his pants back up, which I didn't.
Wait, so you were naked? Y'all had sex. Yeah? Y'all had sex. I just need to understand this timeline and the situation. Y'all had sex. After you had sex, you still naked. He put on his pants, and then he dry humped you. He's clothed, and you are naked. Am I understanding this?
Yes.
What the? Oh.
It's embarrassing.
Oh. My guy, if you're listening.
Never ever.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck?
And then we ended up having sex again with the condom. At this point, I was done.
So did the dry humping work then?
No,
Did it put you in the mood?
nothing. I was like over it already, and then
So you were just going through the motions at that point?
yeah, I was
fair.
like, because I was telling him in the very beginning, this is what I wanted, but he wasn't following any direct, and I was like, oh, you're not hearing me.
Yeah.
Because usually, in my experience, a guy will be like, how do you like it? What do you want? Or like, as you're having sex. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because
my experience.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
I don't like talking like that.
You just did.
I know, but no, I mean, like, I don't like. I get communication during sex, but if you can hear, I get some people do need that verbal confirmation that you're doing the right thing, but for me, kind of sometimes also puts me off where I'm clearly making the right sounds. I'm not faking it, but you still ask
No, but
me,
think from
do
a
I
guy
like
perspective.
it? That's what I'm saying. I know that for some they do need that verbal confirmation, but then that's also something that you should communicate beforehand.
I just give daddy's validation.
No, okay. Maybe that's also the other thing for me. I don't give validation very easily. You're gonna have to work for that validation.
So they know they're on the right track. See. Anyway, and then he finished, and then I told him I didn't finish the race, and I told him thrice I didn't finish the race, but he was already out the door.
So he didn't even like eat you out to get
He
you.
attempted in the very beginning. It went horrible, so I was like, let's just fuck.
Oh.
He was even looking straight at it for a moment, and he just couldn't find anything. So I don't know.
What? What do you mean? So you were laying on your back, legs spread, and he was just kneeled in front of you, looking at your tunnel, and just saying nothing.
I don't know what he was doing down there.
But he was just
I was looking up at the ceiling. I was like, I give up now.
But he was just looking at your vagina and said nothing.
He was doing stuff. He was attempting. I don't know what he was doing down there, but I was like, I'm actually not turned on that.
Okay.
And then I told him thrice I didn't finish the race, and then I looked. He pulled up his pants. He was out the door already, and I was like, it's fucking
out the door? Why?
He opened the door immediately, and I was like,
so it's like, okay, I got what I want. Skedaddle.
That's what I was like.
Ew,
okay.
Man. That's.
Then he's like, oh, I'll get you a towel. For what?
To clean yourself up, apparently.
You used the condom, and I don't need any cleaning. I literally.
Because you were dry.
I was telling him I literally didn't finish. I told him the rice, and I was like, did he not hear me? And then I told a guy friend about this, and the guy, he was saying like, no man, there's no way a guy will be able to. That's like a dropping. That'll bruise their ego. But then they would still like. Because you have to understand. So okay, you told the dude the first time, and then he didn't say anything. He didn't finish. He didn't help you. He didn't.
No, but then
It was like he
clearly
just-
it wasn't for you. It was just for him. He got what he
That's what I
wanted.
said, and then that's not even the highlight of this whole thing.
The fuck?
sex
There's
wasn't even the
more?
highlight. Then I was like, okay, I'm ready to go.
What's the accent?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, but I'm sitting politely on this couch again, looking at Joe Rogan. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
And then he was talking, I don't know how we ended up talking about the Bible. Oh, he was talking about how the moon landing isn't real. And then we were having this discussion about, and I was telling him, look, I've worked in the film industry for many years. CGI in the 60s wasn't even put like as possible. CGI in the 90s was already trash. How do we even have satellites in space? He's like, we didn't go. So just giving conspiracy vibes. And then I was like, okay, so what makes you think that we didn't go to space? And he's like, no, in Genesis. And I was like, wait, what? Oh. Does God know that you have an unprotected sex before marriage or so?
No.
But anyway.
I love how the Bible is always relevant. Like people pick and choose, but that's another
I'm
conversation.
looking between him, the Bible is taken off the shelf, and Joe Rogan. And I'm like, what the fuck is
Did you
going
not see the red?
And he's like, no, in Genesis it says that there's water above earth and below earth. And I said to him, I'm a Christian. I've read the Bible 4 times. I've read Genesis longer than that. And I get what you're saying, but I also have the belief that translation does mess up the wording, because you need to look at the original text, you need to look at the ancient Hebrew text, and in different cultures, we have 11 languages here.
And it's not direct translation either.
That's the sort of thing. We have 11 languages in South Africa. There are certain things that you can say in Xhosa or Zulu that can't translate to English.
Yeah.
You know, and I've had a lot of my friends tell me that there's just no word.
It's happened a lot, yeah.
Even in Afrikaans, there's certain words that you just can't, there's no word for it. And that was my reasoning. I'm like, okay, but maybe did you look at the ancient Hebrew text? He's like, no, there's water above it, we can't leave, there's a firmament of the earth, we can never leave the earth. And then I was like, do you think the earth is flat? And then he's like, there is a possibility. I was like, Lord, take me. Take me. Meow. Meow. I'm ready to go. Meow.
Oh my god.
Now. And then I drove home. Somewhat lost. Drove through a township. Lucky there was a police van behind me. I was like, okay, the people in the
you're
township was
safer.
like, this girl in this new wheels on that Kia Picanto driving, and they were looking at me like, you clearly are lost. And I drove there, got home, told him I'm home, don't hear from him for a month. I even sent him a link where I said this guy actually translates that part of the wording that he was referring to, and it basically, from what I remember, correct me, anyone online correct me if I'm wrong, but he was essentially saying that what God meant in that sense was that there's heaven above us. It meant this is a translation for heaven above earth. That was the meaning, something along that line. I could be incorrect, but it wasn't literally water above us. I sent him that thing. Never heard from him for a month. Get a message. I completely forgot about the dude. I completely forgot about it. I was in the situation. I was sorting out the situationship already. Sends me a message. Hey, sorry, my phone was broken. For a month. First of all, I actually have no interest in. I actually forgot about you. That's how bad the experience was. I just sent him. I didn't even say hey. I just sent him. Hey, I'm seeing someone else. I have no interest in.
You should have just blocked him.
No, but I wanted to also tell him that.
Oh, okay, fair. That's okay. I don't even know what to say about this. I'm still trying to compute this.
What the Okay, maybe it could have, like with the dry humping, it could have been a kink. Have you been with anyone that you think would have that kind of? Have you been dry humped?
I have, but this was this was when I was a teen. Was I a teen?
You were not a virgin as a teenager. I'm telling Jesus.
Check out my phone. See. No, I wasn't a teen. Oh wait, yes, I was a teen. I was a teenager. I think I was either I was 16 or 17, one of the two. Because I think I was 17, 18, yeah. And I wasn't a virgin. I wasn't a virgin. This was my second boyfriend. Yeah, this was my second boyfriend. Yes, okay. This was my second boyfriend, and he was a virgin. I think he was afraid, man. I think he was afraid to have sex. Like thinking back on it. I think it can also be intimidating as a guy. You know,
peer pressure as well.
Yeah, but also like you a guy, you are older, your girlfriend is younger than you, but they've had sex already. To be fair, we were just a year difference.
No, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's a
teenage thing, man, you know?
At the end of the day.
And when I would visit and he would dry hump, like he would hump like he's having sex, and I would just be there.
That's me.
That's the thing. I'm just there. I'm just there. I'm essentially like a sex doll, because I'm not.
That is what it is.
Yeah, because I'm not feeling anything. It's not doing anything for me, because also I've had sex. So
for him this is like he's on top of the world.
And for me it's just like, so when are we actually doing it? And
he's net bottom and guys are.
And he would do it until he came. He would act, and he would come in his pants. He would come in his underwear. And then there've been times where he would clean himself up afterwards.
It's very teenage.
Yes, but there were a couple of times where he did actually, like, because he would walk me home.
No!
He would walk home with a pants full of cum. And I know.
God, it's like, how? It wasn't it dripping down his leg, wasn't it?
I don't fucking know. I don't know, but I don't know.
Did you stay? How far did you guys stay? Was it a long walk?
It was.
But it was a walk.
It was a walk.
Was it more than 5 minutes?
Yes, it was more than 5 minutes. And remember, he would walk me home and then walk back.
No, yes, he's still walking back.
Yes.
It doesn't take the. Is that also?
I don't know. I don't know. But I do think, like, you know, with the dry humping, I do think it is a kink, because especially if I think there's a shorts kink where you wear like skin tight shorts, and then you do. To be fair, I know this because
what does your porn up category look like?
It's varied. Because I was curious, I was like, what is this? I've seen I've seen gay porn. Because I don't like that. I know, shocking. No, but I've seen like gay porn where the two men, they wear shorts and they do the frottage thing. Not frottage.
What does frottage? You're talking to a daddy's girl here.
Oh yeah, but where they like sword fighting. Well, yes, obviously not with their damn fingers. Do you think they can? No, but they'll like do the sword fighting while they're waiting.
I need to start watching
like
gay
bonus. But gay sex is more interesting than straight sex. I'm sorry, I can't watch straight sex.
It's very entertaining. I would be like, what?
That's why I was looking. I was like, I don't know. I think maybe it's a restrictive thing, because you know people also like latex.
I like latex.
But you know, like skin.
Not that. No.
Yeah, some people like
it's
wearing.
Hard to get in, hard to get out. That's the only problem with it.
I don't know. It's not for me. But yeah, I've seen it where they do the sword fighting in the short skin tight shorts. So I think maybe it is a thing. It is a kink.
Mine was more. like, besides that time, mine was more of a role play thing.
Okay.
And I like role play. I'll do it very early on.
Okay.
Even if we're not in a relationship, I just naturally get into it. Okay, teacher, we open attention. That's me with my role play. I'm very cliche. I'm always in detention because I've never actually been in detention.
Never.
I mean, yes, I need to make up for lost time. I wouldn't get it. I was a
Were you a
virgin.
teacher's pet?
No, I wasn't a teacher's pet.
Okay.
I was a virgin that never went to detention. So I was basically the perfect daddy's girl. It's just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I just want to relive my detention. I was like, never went to detention. But in my case, my partner at the time, we were having sex. And then we were chilling for a bit. But I was playing dress up. Because I came to his place, dressed up. School skirt, ready for detention. So that was me. I do like a role play. Even if I'm not dressing up, it will be something I fall into. I just naturally fall into it. But I won't do it the very first time because I don't really. It depends on how much I trust the person, because I also like BDSM, and that's with trust.
Yeah.
But in that situation, we were chilling for a bit, and then it was like round 2. But then I was like, let's do something different. And then I was dry humping him. So we did have sex, and then straight, like, he actually found that he was like, this is somehow, he found it weirdly. Because he was wearing sweatpants. And I had underwear and my school skirt. Not my school skirt, but
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, I was
like a pleated skirt.
A pleated skirt. Yeah, and then he was chilling on the couch, and I was like on top of him, like driving him.
Oh.
Then we got into having sex. Something that turned him on very much.
Okay, so it was foreplay.
It was foreplay. It was like, he's like, no, we can't do this. No, but I'm like, please, I really want it.
Oh my god.
But it was that whole play of like the restrictiveness.
It's taboo. It's forbidden.
It actually made. Because when you actually got this, it actually made it very intense. Because you actually get into it. You actually be like, you get into it. So that is something
I've done a role play, but I've only done it like once. But it was fun because I just bought this dress, this medieval dress.
I can see the screen.
And I was putting it on, and I was like, my lord, look at my lovely dress that I got. It was kind of fantasy. So we got into the whole fantasy thing, like, my lord, I need saving. Like, that again. Yeah, with yours it's like, it's taboo, and for me it was like damsel in distress, which is also a lot for me because I don't necessarily like admitting. But the thing with me is, if I dress up, because I like dressing up, I do like.
You go full into character.
Yes. If you invite me to something and there's a theme,
Ash,
I'm gonna go all out.
Costume, she will do it. I want to be aesthetically looking good.
No, I don't care for aesthetics.
Full.
I don't care for aesthetics.
But okay, I pick costumes where I look like a slut.
Nah.
So one time it's like, sometimes.
Okay, Regina Jo. No, for me, if you need to look at me and you need to know, this is who she's dressing up as.
I see.
Yeah, so when I dress up, I go all out, and then I also get into that mindset, or try to get into the mindset of the character. So when I was wearing it, I was getting into that mindset. I was like, it's medieval times. I need some lord to take out his sword and
use an actual lambskin.
What?
Because I used to use lambskin.
For what?
As
the rugs.
As condoms.
Oh, ew. No. No.
That's how you hear sometimes people call it lambskin.
Oh, but I would like to do that, like
lambskin.
No. What the fuck? No. I'm saying I would like to do another fantasy thing again, but like, in front of a fireplace on a fur rug. I want to go full fantasy. I want to do that.
But I've done the fireplace I had carpet burns on my knees.
That's why you have a rug? A shaggy rug?
Ah, but we took drugs.
Okay, you know what? Fair.
And the carpet is very soft in my head. It was very soft. And then the next day I was like, I had carpet. I was in pain. It was fine. I liked it.
Okay. Because you shared your awkward sex.
Yeah.
I can't think of awkward sex, but I can think of my worst sex experience. My worst was my shortest.
That's a double win.
It was the worst. It was the shortest. We worked together. And
not the work bathroom.
No, we didn't. I have actually had sex at work now. I thought I'd think of it.
Not where we met, right?
No, ew, no. No, I haven't had sex there before, but when I worked into
this, like,
it wasn't at my job. It was at their job.
So you went to visit them at their job?
They had keys to the building. It was in Parliament. Like, I've actually had sex in Parliament. I've had sex in Parliament.
This is how they protect and serve our country. Do you guys hear this? This is how the city works for us.
Yeah.
They could do that. The bus for us, the city works for us.
Yeah, I've had sex in Parliament. I've had sex in actual Parliament building once, and then in the Parliament monitoring building a couple of times. And I gave someone their first blowjob when I had an internship in government.
Not the
I was almost fired for it because we were almost caught. Yeah.
You don't know the Western Cape. Does our mayor know about this? What's going on?
Well, if he listens to it, he's gonna know now.
Did you at least guys sanitize your hands after?
This is before COVID. Anyway, back to
that's a kink in itself, Parliament building, or just like wanting to.
Maybe it's a power thing.
Maybe it's also a thing of like we almost getting caught type of thing.
We were almost caught.
Mine was a bit, sandbox, so come for me.
But anyway, so with the colleague, so it was after work because I think we were working night shift. No, I'm lying. We worked day shift. We finished work. We also had sex in someone else's house, eh? This wasn't his own place. This wasn't either of our
place. It's the same as me in the rebound.
Yeah. He was... the story with that is also fucked up because he was pet sitting for this girl, the apartment owner, because she was in rehab. Yes. She was in rehab. She was in rehab for coke. She was in rehab for coke, and he was...
If you go to rehab, can you just go for something like a better drug? Because like, how are you going to rehab for... I'm joking. All the poor people's gonna come for me.
I was like, it's not high class enough. Is that what you're saying?
If there was a rehab for all the people in Cape Town that are on coke, it would be fully booked. All seasons.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, she was in rehab. He was pet sitting.
What pet did she have?
She had a cat.
Okay, so it's not some obscure weird.
No, she had a cat. So you just had to ensure that the cat, there was food and water for the cat every day,
It's not like a dog.
Yeah. And we were like in the talking phase where you haven't outright said that you like each other, but you both know it's alluding to that, And then there was this one day where it was on that day, I think that was the day that we actually we kissed, for the first time, and then from the kiss.
So there's a build-up of like sexual things.
Yes, there we
It's
go.
a lot,
And it just got to the point where like, okay, we're gonna do it. So with him, I think he didn't have sex before for like over a year or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think he was in a
So
relationship.
then it's understandable that it's gonna be quick for you. Give him that. No.
Fair that I understood. I understood that. But yeah, so we're kissing and everything. Did he go down on me? I think he did. He started. I was like, no, it's fine, just stop, because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. Also, I wasn't feeling it. So I just stopped. And I was like, it's fine, let's just do it. Because I was just like, you know. And then when he penetrated, I felt absolutely nothing. I felt nothing for. It wasn't even 5 minutes.
It's like that Sex and the City part where Samantha's like, is it in? She's like, it's been in the whole time. And she's like,
Yes, actually, because I did ask, is it in? And I felt it lasted for like 2 minutes or so, and
then it was like,
he was tired. He fell
he
asleep.
finished the race. He's a sprinter. He's
He
not a
fell
marathon
asleep
runner.
afterwards.
He fell asleep.
afterwards.
It was a very long time for him to give him that.
I get that, but like, we could have done something afterwards, you know?
No, not like I was saying earlier on, we took a break and then we round two.
Yes, it was just done. It was done, and I was also thinking, I just want to go home now. I don't know.
I really had that sort of like,
I'm over this. Let's take me home.
For me, it was like, this guy, that rebound could have just paid me. He literally could have just paid me. I would have been fine because then I would have gotten something. I know we don't, but you know what I mean? Because it would have been like, you made me drive there, then I get lost on my way. I tell you I didn't finish it. You're talking about the Bible, and I'm like, if you wanted to just focus, serve yourself, you could have just paid someone. Or
don't involve.
Yes, I'm clearly communicating to you. I didn't finish the race, but now you more like, I finished the race. Okay, you can go now. You just
pay someone for that.
Get me. I want so I can at least go buy McDonald's after.
But then so with this guy, after we had sex, we didn't have sex again because then he ended up dating the girl in rehab. She was still in rehab when they started dating. Apparently she just showed him a pic of her boobs, and then he was like, okay, no, he's gonna date her. I was like thinking, I felt so annoyed because like, you fucking used me for sex.
Well, people use each other. I mean,
fair, but it was bad. Like, if it was good sex, I would have been fine with it. But it was bad. It was bad. It was short. It was hard.
It's even more bad.
Yes, that annoyed me. I was like, you know what? Fine, it's cool. Go with your. I was annoyed. I was like, you choosing a fucking draggy over me. That was really my thought. I was like, you choosing a fucking cokehead over this? It's fine. Go. I'm seeing Jokera. So they dated. That's also another messy thing. I don't fucking care if you're listening to this now. But that was the thing. She did a relapse also, by the way. She did a relapse. But so they started dating.
Is the kid okay through all of this?
I don't fucking know. I don't care. They started dating. He moved in with her like not long after.
No, I mean, this guy's got some anxious attachment style is what it's giving.
They started dating. Not started dating. He moved in within a month or so, and I know it was messy because we did talk, but not much. It was just like, you know, here and there, but I was already over it, and I think I started seeing someone else. So they were dating. I know he still complained to me at some point saying like it was actually so messy dating her because he started taking coke. Yes, she relapsed, and then he also started using with her.
That's what happens when you in
And
those type of,
and he also said like it
in
became
his life just spiraled.
it became so difficult because apparently like it was expensive also being with her because they wouldn't
Because all of the cook you need to buy, clearly.
not only that but
And you must feed the cat food.
not only that but also like they wouldn't cook. She wouldn't want him to cook. She would
Because she's doing cook, she's not gonna eat.
she would know if they eat she would expect him to buy Uber Eats all the time, which isn't sustainable.
But
Then he sent me this meme once. That while they were still dating, he sent me this meme because I was seeing someone also at the time, but we weren't serious. We were just like fuck buddies.
yeah.
So he sent me this meme about when it was funny actually. It was like when she says go deeper, but she's been with a black guy, something like that. Because the guy was black that I was seeing.
Oh.
You know the stigma with BBC, and it was like of the girl looking back like patient, like bored, and like a face that's really trying, and it was funny because when he said that I laughed.
Yeah.
So she saw the message.
Oh.
Then
My goodness.
she saw the message, then she thought there's something going on between us. So she still messaged me, and I think he still asked me
That's
like,
crazy. Now you got a crazy cokehead girl coming off.
yes, well, not really, but yeah, he was saying like she thinks that we are dating and
Like hooking up behind her
Yes.
back, or cheating basically.
yes, and I think he was trying to like warn me like, I think she's gonna message you. And I was just thinking, this is so fucking weird. Why do I have to
boring.
deal with your fucking girlfriend? Like,
Go,
Bitch.
yeah, both of you.
yeah, actually. So she messaged me and she was like asking, but I love him and what's going on between us? I'm like, girl, there's fuck all going on.
Yeah,
We did have our moment in
in
this.
your bed when you were in rehab.
I wasn't that specific, but I'm like,
She would have tripped. That would have just.
That would have actually
whatever.
I told them, girl, there's nothing going on. Yeah, we did fuck once, but
Also, I like your wallpaper in your bedroom.
dude, I did actually like the art that she had in her room. Not gonna lie, I liked the art. But yeah, she was like,
Tell the cat to say hi.
yeah, like I essentially had to reassure her that there's nothing going on. Which, thinking about it, it's weird because like, yeah, we fucked, cool. Y'all weren't dating when we
Also, from
fucked.
her perspective, I get it. I get her perspective of seeing that meme and then you're gonna have questions.
But I was over it already. I'm not gonna go back to that shit.
Your side.
Fair. Eventually they did break up. Which was coming. Yeah. I don't know. They did break up. Guess who we tried to come back to?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, bitch. Now you wanna come back after you had
You
your...
had an ego boost. I'm sure.
I did have an ego boost. I was
I'm
thinking,
sure you
fuck
did.
you. Fuck you. I will admit, we did.
Yeah.
I did spend a day with him because we went like to Sea Point and chilled there and smoked. But that was also just me like, you know what, free weed, I'm gonna smoke.
You will get kidnapped with free shit, bro.
No.
That's
Also,
the
I'm
thing.
thick. It's
No, but
difficult
that's not how you kidnap someone.
How do you kidnap someone? Don't you, need to...
You literally play the long game if you human traffic them. I've never human trafficked anyone. I just
Yeah,
say that.
like, how do you know? How do you know?
match with them on Tinder, you talk to them, they take you on a date or they take you to the movies. That's how you play. People always think, oh, because I'm big, I won't get kidnapped, I won't get trapped.
Well, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Wow.
I got the free weed and
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
But with like, have you been with anyone where it's like they had a book? Okay, so you basically said
A weird fetish.
not like a kink.
Yes. I was with someone that had a kink for like knee-high boots.
Who are you meeting in this world?
This guy I met at the train station.
This is why you're gonna get human traffic. This is why. Oh my god! At the train station.
Yes.
First the bus, first the parliament, the city that works for us. You just going for government places.
I met him at the train station.
Blue Rail, Metro Rail, train. Oh my word. They need to be on a lookout for you in government facilities.
But the thing is, I only
Did
found...
you anything in the bathroom? Is there yeah, there is bathrooms in there.
I only found out about he only mentioned his kink afterwards, because this was actually by COVID. This is when COVID became a thing.
COVID was a weird time.
Yes, but this was... So, I was living in Kraaifontein at the time, right? And then when they mentioned, hey, it's gonna be lockdown, my mom, I rather moved back home to my mom.
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
Yeah, just to also put her mind at ease.
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
And also, if I had to stay in Kraaifontein, then that meant that I had to work. I was like, I don't want to work. So I still had the job. It's just they paid you instead.
Oh, okay.
So you still got paid for the lockdown period, but not working.
Oh, that's cool.
So either work and get paid, or don't work
Is this
and
a
get
government
paid.
internship?
No, this is Amazon.
Oh, okay. What did you do in the Amazon building? That's my next question.
Yeah, so no man, I'm gonna go in. But anyway. But yeah, so I was like, okay, you know what? I still want to get paid. I'll rather just go back home and be like, oh, I can't work. But yeah, that's what happened. So on the day of lockdown was when I was supposed to move back. And he slept over the evening before. I actually didn't like this guy that much, because it felt like I was raising someone's son. Because he was younger than me, and which was weird because I thought he was older at first, and then when I found out his age, it switched for me. I was like,
Your vagina just dried up.
yeah, the sex was still good. I was just there for the sex. But what's also funny was he kept saying like, oh, there's not gonna be anything serious. I don't do that. I just do one night stands. Yada yada yada. I was like, okay, cool. I can deal with that. But then he was the one that became clingy afterwards. I was like, so what was the point of all of this PR or this?
Is fire.
Amen.
Got that gorilla grip.
Anyway, so I still had some things to pack, and that's the thing. I told him also, look, I'm moving back home. There isn't anything serious between us anyway, so that would obviously mean that shit's done, because it's not like we're gonna see each other. This is also
lockdown.
this is supposed to be just physical, so let's call it quits here. So I think the morning we had sex the evening. The morning I got up early because I just had to put a few things away, one of them being my shoes. And then he saw the boots, because it's like nice. It's
So is the kink like just seeing the boots?
I must wear it.
Okay.
Because he saw it, he's like, why didn't you tell me you have these boots? I'm like, why would I tell you that I have... Honestly, why would I tell you that I have knee-high boots?
Yeah.
That's not exactly something you're like, oh, just so by the way, I've got these shoes. And he's like, no, because I like it. I'm like, okay, cool, that's your thing. It's like, okay, like, yeah, I like having sex with women that wear the boots. I'm like, okay. Are you asking me to wear the boots? And I was like, yes. I'm like, okay, cool. So I put on the boots.
Yeah.
And I lay down and I just like spread my legs like that. This guy got an instant photo. It's almost like he hopped on me. So we had sex again. And then I left.
Never ever saw this man again.
No, he was weird afterwards because because obviously we're now just chatting because it's lockdown, and he would message me like, oh, you're taking long to reply because you're talking to someone else. I'm like, why the fuck does it matter? It became so weird. I was like, why the fuck does it matter if I'm even talking to someone else? We're not dating.
That's like, be secure and a confident man. Please don't tell me. My rage is starting. I'm raging.
My thing was also like, why are you going on? We're not.
Business.
Why does it matter? Why are you timing my messages? There's nothing going on between us. You being weird. I told him you're being fucking weird. So I told him, look, I don't want. We were very clear from the start. You were the one that said you don't do relationships. So now you do.
You was like, you didn't even say anything like that.
Exactly. And the thing is, I wouldn't. It's me taking long to respond wasn't even because I was talking to other people.
It's just boring.
I just take long to respond. I'll respond
take long to respond.
Yeah.
She does take long to respond. I just want people to know that. The only time we must tell them the truth. We are brave friends. The only time we talk is when we talk about this podcast. She wants nothing to do with
Look at this victim here. This fucking victim.
She's like, we won't get.
Are you expecting me to be like, oh no?
That's my stuff coming out. Give me validation.
No, I told you need to work for it.
Sometimes I do. If I text Ash and then she doesn't reply for a while, and then I would be like,
give me attention.
Yes, I would answer the person, why not giving me any attention? And what will your response be?
You know you must work for it.
You're like, okay.
This is why you're getting shy.
And then I'm just giggling and running around.
But yeah, like me not responding is because I'm probably fucking playing games, which I was.
Or you're reading one of the
Yeah. Because then I got
smart too, because everyone's thinking.
Yes.
I think people need to understand. This is a completely different topic. Instant messaging doesn't mean immediate access.
There we go. It doesn't mean immediate response.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended things where I was like, look, you're being weird. I'm not here with this fucking energy. Let's call it quits. He still continued to message me afterwards, so I blocked him. Then he found my Instagram, tried to reach out to me, and this
is getting weird.
Yes, and this is also where he was gaslighting, because he was like, I'm just wanting to be friends. He's like, don't you trust yourself to be friends with me? I was like, I'm not here for this cuck. No, blocked him. He made a fake account to try and talk to me again. I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Your pussy was fire. This man made a whole fake.
He made a fake account to reach out.
That's giving.
That's weird.
Mental illness. That's what it's actually giving you. Oh my.
And that's also why it felt like I'm dealing with someone's kid.
Like it does. I can see why you say that.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I won't even say BDSM is a kink. BDSM is a lifestyle. It's my lifestyle. But
it is.
I also had a little COVID. I'll get into the BDSM kink, but I had someone that like it was the COVID time.
Pardon.
I'd never met this person, and we were chatting on Tinder, and I was like jokingly, I can't remember much. It was so far long, and I jokingly was like,
your COVID was like 5 years ago.
No, like also the conversation. It's just obviously I won't remember it, but like we were talking about. I was teasing you. I was like, oh, you can check out my OnlyFans, and then I sent like a link, but then I put / Tavia Tequila, so then it actually appeared as an actual link. And then because when you say like
yes,
and then he clicked on it, and then he's like, oh, this is such a tease. I actually thought it was a full
I love
link.
that.
And I was like, that's actually so funny.
I like that. That's so slutty. I'm here for it.
Thank you. But you can actually check out my OnlyFans. And I can't remember how this conversation actually started, but he was like, oh, we could actually, I think the whole idea was like we were going to hook up and we were going to meet.
Yeah.
But it was just
was this during COVID?
This was during COVID, during lockdown. But it was just that's just the thing, but it was just talking.
Okay.
Like, oh, we can like meet in the wilderness. And I'm like, okay. I did actually have sex.
In the wilderness?
But that's different. That's another. So Sandbox is gonna come for me. I can't tell you this. But anyway, so in the wilderness. So he was like, oh, we can go for a hike, and he's very much into like fauna and flora. First of all, he also has a parrot.
Okay. Can the parrot talk?
I can't remember, but I remember like one of the things where I was like, oh, so like, if I were to visit you, would you actually just let your parrot like? So I was curious, watch. He's like, yeah, his parrot has seen some stuff. So I'm like,
That's weird. Wait, is that his kink? Letting his parrot
I don't know what
watch?
he meant his parrot.
Oh my
But I'll tell you something that's also very entertaining. Like years later, I saw his profile again with this. Like, so we were talking about fauna and flora. So I'm like, okay, that's why he likes hiking. I think the whole conversation was he likes hiking and he likes fauna and flora.
Like outdoor? Does he like outdoor sex?
Let me finish my story.
Okay, sorry.
That's my take now. And I was like, okay, like he's like, yeah, we could like hook up in the forest or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I've never done that.
So that's why he wants to meet
But
in the
I
wilderness.
know a lot of people that have done it, like
In the forest.
They take shrooms and then go. Maybe it's because I'm working with film industry people. They'll take and he was like, yeah, but he wants to finish on the plants. So I'm like, what? So I thought it was a typo or something. I was like, what do you like, what? He's like, so I'm like, so nowhere on me or in me or man, like he's like, no, like I must be in the plants. So I'm like, what?
That's why you're violating the plants. You're violating the plants.
Because I literally was like, am I reading this right?
Is it a specific plant? Like, is it
No,
the
he didn't
Swiss
say.
the Swiss cheese monstera? Is it
Imagine it was a national plant, the protea.
So it's just as long as it's a plant. Wait, I'm actually curious.
Was like he wanted to finish on this. So I was like,
Like the leaf, the petals.
I didn't want to go into it. But this point it was done. I was like, we are not going to meet.
Is he trying to impregnate the I'm confused.
The spring season?
I'm confused.
I think that was his thing, but I never entertained the conversation.
Is this like a Tarzan kink?
And then I stopped talking about it or whatever, and I also never heard from him until I saw his profile again years later, because the last thing he told me is like, I'm going for business to Kenya. Then I thought the dude probably died in Kenya because I never heard from him.
Or they have sex in Kenya.
I don't know. Then I saw his
Aren't there
profile.
forests there or something? I could be wrong.
I'm sure there are forests in Kenya. Kenya is actually very beautiful. No, I had a classmate that was in Kenya. Beautiful. I want to go visit. But anyway, then I saw his profile last year. I saw his profile last year. So this is like years ago. The dude is in a polyamorous marriage or relationship. He still has the parrot though. But then I was like, they're looking for a third, or they're just looking for some fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but wouldn't it be 4 people if the parrot is there? I'm like, they can just go fuck the parrot. Because I told my, because my cousin always reminds me of the story, because I told him about the story, and he would always joke, remember that parrot guy? I'm like, shut the fuck up. And then actually, look, I found the parrot guy. It was so funny. My fauna and flora experience was, this actually pissed me off.
Yes.
Because my partner at the time, like, he was like, oh, let's do it in like nature. Let's do it on a hiking trail. And there was this German porn couple that I watch, and they sometimes do it, and I'm like, they're actually a very hot couple. But they sensitive face. But I saw a video of them doing it like on a hiking trail.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually hot. So then when my partner brought it up at the time, I was like, oh, I actually want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where we went. I'm not going to give a location. It's a very popular. It's not Lion's Head. I will say it's not Lion's Head.
I was going to be like, oh, okay.
It's definitely not Lion's Head. But anyway, and then my ex was like, let's do it on this trail. So I'm like, this is an actual trail. We cannot do it out in open in an actual
Oh,
trail.
you wanted to do it on the trail where people are actually walking.
Because even if the trail, there's another route above us, so they can actually, even though there's trees, you can also just make a turn around. You can make a turn around and come
You
back
just see
down.
full ass cheeks.
As he's telling me, he's like, oh, just like we can do it on the trail. Don't this lady come out of nowhere? And I'm like, this
Yeah.
This is my point.
Yes.
He's like, no, it's like we can just do it. So I'm like, no.
No.
And then the next time we went, I don't know how we just found the spot. We found like a covered up, disclosed spot, and we went. And then I was giving him a blowjob, but then he, weirdly enough, because he was like pressuring me, I was like, let's do it. And I'm like, okay. And the next time we go, we'll actually do it. But I'm not doing it on an actual hiking trail. We need to go in the bussies somewhere and actually do it. And then now I'm game, now I'm down, because I also always wanted to do this. So let me do it. Doing it, and when we started having sex, and then he's like, no, he doesn't want to, like, he's like
Shy?
He's like, he's too scared someone's gonna come. So he was too much in his head.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, fine. And like, it was very short, and walked away. And I was like, you've been like annoying me about this whole thing. And I thought you would be down to do it. It's fair that these things do have, but the amount of like the amount of pressure that you were putting on me, you also didn't have to put that pressure on me. I was down anyway, and then I was just disappointed at the end of it. I was just like, even attempting BDSM with him was like,
It looks like you're going.
Two subs cannot be in a relationship together. It's just like, it doesn't work.
So you identify as a sub?
Yeah. No, I'm obviously a bratty sub. You know I am. Why are you not giving me attention? No.
Again, you need to work for it. You know this.
But, like, for me, I do. Guys have asked me like, what's my kink? And then I would be like, I wouldn't say it's obvious. I'm like, I always ask for the question. I'll be like, what do you think my kink is? And they always get it right for some reason.
So you just give bratty sub?
They just like, something tells me into BDSM. And some guys are actually very good at being.
But BDSM in what way? Because BDSM is can be broad, yes. So what specifically?
For me, it's that dom and sub relationship. It's the bondage. I have a list. Do you want me to read my? No, we're not read. I actually send my list sometimes, and I'm like, here's my playtime list.
We could actually do the. I know there's a quiz that you can do where it's specific about what exactly. What you like within BDSM, because I think the results are rope play.
I like rope play, but I know what I like.
A switch, because I remember when I did that, my top was dom, which is true, but also switch.
Yeah, I'm also like, I can switch. It's so funny. I follow this Instagram page actually follows me now.
Ooh.
And also I'm always in the baddie subreddit. That's very entertaining. You guys need to check out the baddie subreddit, because the daddies and the doms, they're always on our page. And they're always like checking out what we're talking about, and then we go spy and see what they're talking about.
Oh my god.
It's really entertaining, because like the subs will give each other like cheat codes, and like, oh, but I found a loophole in this rule, and I found and then the daddies and the doms would read that. And they were like, oh, we need to change our rules. It depends on your relationship with your dom and your sub, man. And it's that type of thing. For me, I like the spanking, the role play. Sensory is a bit sensory play, like the restriction of or like the feathers on your
sensory. I'm thinking of sensor. Like with C, not sensation. That's what I was like. That's what sensory.
So like sensory play. Bondage. There was something else, a role playing as well. But I would. For me, it depends on the switching.
I was going to with you saying all of your kinks. How long do you wait to start introducing these kinks? Is there something that you bring up with someone, like when you're still talking to them and you're like?
For me, weirdly enough, I actually knew that I was into BDSM when I was a teenager. Really.
You were a hoe with the young.
Admit I was a virgin, but I don't know what it was about it. It was just I don't know. You do what you like. No one wants to go into psychology of that. But like when it comes to introducing it depends on the person. Some people I can tell. I'm gonna tell you from the get go.
Yes.
And some people just have their great daddy, and they are guys that really love it. So the moment you tell them, they play into it. And some of them are very good at it. Then there's others where it's like it really does depend on the person. But when we're talking about it, does depend on when actually doing it. I won't do it immediately with anyone. I'm very strict about it, and it's also probably why I'm like I haven't been collared yet, or I don't want to be collared yet, but I also use it as a tease. I'm like, I'm bad as self that hasn't been collared. Oh, what? The daddies are gonna DM me after this, but Dom's gonna DM. She hasn't been collared, but
I have actually collared someone, like as a Dom. I've collared someone before we even started dating. I collared someone before we even started dating. I knew it was gonna be.
So essentially you saw into BDSM at the end of
Yeah, definitely. I don't think, even though it wasn't said, I think we both knew eventually it was going to allude to that.
You just know.
Yeah, because it was like both of us finding what we want.
Yeah.
And with that, it's like, okay, cool, I can, because for me, I do identify as a Dom, but I know I'm not fully into it in the sense where I haven't fully explored it.
I also haven't fully,
you know.
I want to.
Yeah, there's sometimes.
I want to fully explore. Please DM me at Tavia Tequila. I have not been collared. Thank you.
Oh my god. But you know, like sometimes it can take a while for you to admit that, or come to not the realization, but to admit that. Oh, this is actually what you like, because I feel like with BDSM also it can be a bit taboo.
Yeah, it is, but I
feel like you like taboo though.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah, but like with us, we both got to the point where like, you a Dom, you a sub. We both want this. Let's do it. And what's funny is what we actually bonded over.
Oh, that's sweet.
No, I'm not saying that's what we bonded over.
Look at me being the sub. That's so sweet.
We bonded over futanari.
You bonded over what?
Futanari.
What?
Okay, clearly you're not a weeb.
What? What's
Futanari? Let me explain. Futanari, it's in hentai.
Okay, I know hentai. Okay.
Yes, where the girl has a penis.
Is that the actual name for it?
Futanari, yes.
And I'm like, how is this why is this attractive but also unattractive? I feel very weird looking at it.
I like it.
I don't understand.
I'll admit I like it. But the first time I visited him, he made me play this Futanari game. It was hilarious.
First time you visited him?
Yeah, I played this game. What was it? Futa Driving, I think. I think that was the game. So we bonded over that, and the game is essentially where you are this girl, the Futa, and she works at the diner, and it's like a dating simulator, but with each possible person that you can date, they have different kinks.
Ooh,
yes, so
cool.
Like the first one that I just happened to choose randomly, she turned out to be a Dom. Yeah, so it was actually very interesting to see it, because getting like examples of dominance.
So good lead into the conversation, because this is the very first time you play.
Yes.
Oh, that's actually very nice.
And there's this one scene in the game, like one of the sexual gifts that you get, where the Futa is collared. Is she collared? I can't remember if she's collared, but she's on her knees, and the Dom is standing like against the wall. The Futa is on her knees, and she makes her eat her out like that.
What?
Yeah. I was like, damn, I'm into this.
It's a two-player game. Oh.
No, it's a one-player game.
Oh,
I was playing, he was watching. He played it before.
Probably, oh my god.
But both saw those like, and I was like, I'm into this, like that specific scene. And eventually when we dated, we really did it. It was like, let's do this shit.
That's hard. That's hard though. That's hard. For me, I think it's like either they know. Most guys usually get it right, and most guys actually ask, like they really like. It's like
You can tell.
And it's like, if they don't know, they just ask to confirm. So I've only had people that usually come, like people that I've been chatting to or stuff, that like will be like, so are you into BDSM? Will be like, yes, and like I always get asked, so I never have to really bring it up, but I do sometimes wait depending on the situation. So I think it's a bit. I'm just probably it's easier for me to get off that. I give off that bratty stuff, and also I do want to tell. Now
I think it's the golden retriever energy that you have in a way.
I'm shit with them deep.
Whichever dog, but it's like this very happy, ecstatic energy. Yes, but also like. Yeah, we like, give me attention. Did I do something good? Okay, I did it. Am I gonna get a reward? Like that. That is you.
But then also make me.
That's the brattiness again. That's the brattiness.
You find loopholes. I literally told the guy, I was like, just slap me, and he did it.
What?
I was during sex, he didn't want to, and I'm like, it's fine, do it. And he did it, and I liked it. I gave consent. And then I'm like, do it again. This man bitch slapped the hell. And we both got afraid, and he's like, I'm never doing this again.
Ah, shame.
Because we were really getting into it, and then like, I think that was like, cause when you get slapped and the tears just come and you're not controlling.
Oh.
It was that type of, the first time it was
Oh, it's just like your cheek is red.
Yes.
It's just that natural.
The sinuses also just going where it was just like, I was so like, oh. We both like just.
So I guess you both didn't know your limits there.
Yeah, because I think you know what it was. The first time was fun, and then you like get too much into it.
Yeah.
And then.
But then
At least he was like, he literally. The nice thing was that he was like, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm like, yeah, fully. He was already hesitant, but I think also maybe I will.
You pushed him a little bit.
I did push him.
Yeah.
But it's almost like he also wanted to, but then he did have a conversation.
So it is that eagerness, but still with that reservation.
But the nice thing was we had a conversation afterwards, and that's what people don't understand about BDSM.
It's all about communication.
I know a lot of people's like, why is it all about violence against women? Because maybe that's the main part. I've heard conversations that's the main part, because it's mainly the straight girl on guy BDSM, and it's mainly the guys who dom the girls who sub type.
But isn't that more a representation thing than an actual reality?
Yes, but there was. I saw this one lady, or I heard briefly, she was like, why is it that more people are into it? Why is there becoming more of an aggression towards women in the sexual space? And like OnlyFans is contributing to that. But I'm like, now but it is within the community, it is taking it away from the original, like people in the BDSM community is like,
it's always been there.
It's always been there, but you don't understand that there's rules, and there are people that break the rules. Because I was reading what happened to this girl, but people need to understand the nice thing about the community is that you can talk to someone about it, and everyone's so nice and kind.
Yes, it's a lot of information and education at the community.
Yes, because this girl, I read her thing on Reddit, and she was asking people on the page like, this is the first time into it, and some people are actual couples. There are people that are actual couples that have that structure, the dom and something. But with hers, she said it's the first experience. She's always wanted to explore this, right? But then she was saying like this guy was telling her she can't wear underwear at all.
Okay.
And then she was saying, okay, but what when I have my period? He's like, you can't wear a tampon, you can't wear a pad.
So
she's So
That
she's
doesn't
like, yeah,
sound
what
right.
if like I'm very uncomfortable, like the blood is
Yes.
like I can't wear anything.
So she couldn't even wear a period cup.
She couldn't, she didn't mention that. I don't know, she didn't mention that, but there was more to it. There was something else.
This just sounds like control
There
instead
was
of
something
actual.
else that he also said that she couldn't do, but she was reaching out to the community and she was saying like, is this right? And everyone was saying, stay away from this guy. He is using it as a disguise.
Yes.
This is not how you do it. It's consensual on both sides. There are rules you talk about. It's communication.
Yes.
Like what he is doing is actually it's a serious. It's a very.
That sounds harmful.
It's going to be very harmful. And another person was pointed out the fact that you're reaching out already tells that you are second guessing.
Yeah.
You are uncomfortable. That's where you should stop it.
Because if she discussed it with him, she expressed her discomfort and he disregards it. That's not normal.
The doms are very nice about it. Like they were like telling her that's not how you do it, and that's what I like about it. It's the doms, it's the daddies. They told her like, this is how you not do it. This is how I've done it with myself, and we have a communication about it. For me, that's also I think that's what makes it more attractive for me. It's because of that trust. I don't think a lot of people know the amount of trust.
You do need to have a lot of trust because you are putting yourself in a vulnerable position, not just.
I'm giving you control, but it's not saying that the sub is actually in control, because the fact that they're giving you the control and they can stop it at any point.
And also, you're giving that control, you're putting yourself in that position where someone has control over you and you are trusting that person to be safe with you, to not take things over the borderline.
Yeah.
You want both of you are, you know what you're getting yourself into, and yeah, there has to be that trust. There really has to be that trust and consent, of course. Because you can't also, me as a dom, I can't just introduce things on the fly.
I mean,
because you can
not on the fly.
Yeah, because but like you.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation because. Maybe I'm getting into it and I like this, and I think, oh, maybe I should do this, maybe I should choke you, because I like it, but you don't.
And you should do a lot of research into, so if you're doing like role play, you need to know.
Yes, because I know there's like blood circulation that you can cut with.
There's like a lot of things that go into it. I think people's understanding, or the mainstream understanding of BDSM, we should actually get someone on our podcast next time.
Oh, definitely. I know there is a Cape Town community.
There is a Cape Town community, trust me.
Yeah, I know. I follow one of them. There's a Cape Town dom that I do follow. I don't know their name, but
there's a mistress I follow. Oh, she scares the hell. Mistress scares the hell. I do not want to get spanked by a woman, because I know that women have a higher pain threshold. And I know if they just look brutal. The men men have more strength, but it's like. I experience with him, but the women, I am so terrified.
I did that once. I did that once with my ex, where he gave me permission to spank him, and I did, because I was still a bit reserved. I was like, okay, normal, I was like, do it harder. Like, okay, and I did it hard, and he's like, that's not hard enough, do it harder. I was like, okay. And I brought my hand back, went in, it's like, oh, this is too hard. I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, with the mistress are actually I feel like they're far more dangerous. In when it comes to pain.
Speaking of Mrs., I love listening to Mistress Eva O. She has her own podcast, hashtag #TKink, where she talks about her life as a dom, well, yeah, as a dom and how she got into sex work and her first experience with it, and very, very enlightening and entertaining.
We should get her on maybe one time.
We'll have to pay. Just know that. We'll have to pay.
But for me, yeah, like, I think it's easy for people to spot it. For me, I think it's easy for people. I'm actually more comfortable now talking about it with people on dating apps. I'm not on dating apps anymore, but like,
Oh, maybe you should add it to your quiz.
another question to the quiz.
Yes, like maybe once you get through the first round of questions.
That will get any guy.
What are your kinks?
What are your kinks? I just can't think of any other weird kinks I've been.
You get underwater kink?
I want to try.
Having sex underwater?
I don't want to do sex in the water. I want a UTI. There is actually, I found out, you know how you get the Mile High Club? Don't ask me how I found out about this club.
What?
You know how you get the Mile High Club? You know the Mile
The flying?
Yeah.
Yes.
That. You get another one for scuba diver.
What is it called?
I can't remember, but I can't remember the name.
The Sub-Zero Club? No, that doesn't make sense.
No, they fuck underwater, but they have to stand on the ocean floor.
Yes.
This guy was talking about his experience, so they put the gear on.
What
but
gear?
they're naked. The scuba diving gear. They go under. He was talking about his experience. They go underwater, obviously, and you have to stand on the. You have to put extra weight so that you also can stand on the floor. And he was saying how he was fucking this girl doggy style, and then he said what was funny was he came, and like as he came,
Did he just
he pushed her because he was like pushing her away, and then he said he's just did float in the ocean, but then you was just seeing this girl just float because he in water and you've waited and, and she was like floating like doggy style away.
That's kind of funny actually.
And I was like,
Wait, I'm curious, do they undress once?
yeah, they go naked under.
Oh, so they just have the tank and...
They have everything, yeah. That's what he was saying. So I didn't know there was a club for that.
That's interesting.
There's a club probably for everything. I would not want to... As a woman, you will get a UTI. There's no way you... Why? How so?
I don't know, because also I've had sex in a bath and I didn't like it because the sloshing sound.
I had sex in a bath and I was fingered in a pool. It's not. Water and lubrication just doesn't.
It doesn't, yeah.
It doesn't mix. It doesn't. It's not the. It's weird. And also with the bathing, the water's. It's just.
Yes, that's sloshing me. I hate that.
Sorry to the listeners listening to Ash's sound effects.
I should work in sound effects.
Ash's sound effects. Oh my word! What such an entertaining episode for us. It was so spicy, and as you know, we have reached the end of this episode.
For the daddy takeaway.
Yeah, where we give a final thought, funny quote, or advice that inspired us by the episode. And of course, let us know what your daddy takeaway. Do you introduce your kinks very early on? What are your kinks? You're welcome to tell us. Any doms out there that maybe want to collar someone that's never been collared? I'm using the podcast as a date, as a hookup. Yeah, so Ash, what is your takeaway for today?
There's nothing wrong with being kinky. There's nothing wrong with being vanilla. Sex is sex.
Yeah.
You know what you like. As long as you are communicating about it.
Yeah.
And you're consensual, then go off. And you're not hurting anyone, go off.
Yeah, I ditto. Same. For me, it's the same. It's also if you're into something, and also if someone is not into it, they're not into it. Either you stick with that person or you move on to someone else. But the idea is, don't be afraid to explore it.
Yes.
especially if it's something that you've been thinking about for a very long time and you feel like there's shame. I was talking to this guy once and he was telling me about a certain kink he has, and I think he liked talking to me about it because I wasn't judgmental or shame about it. I was like, okay, like, have you ever discussed this with your previous partners? Why don't you actually go and explore? I think he liked actually just finally saying these things. It was very, some of it was very peculiar. And I was just like, go and explore it. I think he also wanted to try and explore with me, and I was fine with certain things. I was just like, okay, if you want to do certain things we can, but I think it was also pulling back. It was a weird space of like he wants to do it but he doesn't want to do it.
So he's still a bit reserved and shy.
And I think that's also my point here. It's like, okay, you do meet someone and they do talk to you about certain kinks and stuff. Maybe if they're not ready, don't try and push them. But also he kept talking about it. And it was like,
so you got over it, like, it's just talk.
Actually getting an obsession about talking about it.
So maybe that was actually his kink.
And that was exhausting for me, that type of thing. If you're into something weird, don't worry. We're probably into it too.
We're literally talking about daddy issues.
I mean, we talk
and stuff, so.
Oh my goodness. So that is our very spicy fourth episode of Let's Talk Daddy. And of course, stay tuned for the next episode where we talk about milestones with or without your daddy and letters to our daddy. I am your daddy's girl, Tavia.
And I'm Ash, not your daddy's girl. Let's Talk Daddy is brought to you by Mellows Media, home of storytelling.
Cold opening titled Not Safe Sex, narrated by Tavia, Ash as herself, Mhudi as the Misqah, the married woman, and the Cashier is played by Tavia. This episode is written by Ashtin Nel.
Coming up in the next episode of Let's Talk Daddy.
I'm very grateful to have a dad.
Oh shit, I'm so... I don't want to cry.
I turned 25, I shaved off all of my hair. So I think my dad is probably like, what the fuck is going on? Stay with your mother for the first time, you're coming back before.
Oh, I know one thing for a fact. I wouldn't let him walk me down the aisle. I will tell her things like, I love you.
What woman would want to take on a man and his 3 children?
Anything. I always try to take one of 3 things out of it, which would be either a lesson, an experience, or a very good story to tell.